Welcome back, baseball fans. Summer 69-72 carryover league. Back in the postseason tournament, second round action. 5 games to eliminate teams. And now we're getting into the upper crust of the American League that has gotten to the upper crust because they're +7 in interleague battles. So you're seeing teams with better records than the National League in this particular phase of the tournament. Just a quick review here of what's taken place. National League entered this second round of the tournament with 5 teams under 500. The American League only had 3 under 500. The National League's already been set up. We talked about the plight of Seattle many times. Oakland dispatched Ohio by winning 2 out of 3, putting Oakland 2 over 500. You'll see a lot of information from the previous year here that I write on top of. That's why this information here and this is current. Seattle's a game over, Oakland's 2 over, but we have the White Sox and the Orioles, and these teams cannot finish. There's no way they can finish at 500 combined. They're already 8 over 500, and the Yankees and Kansas City 7 over. So the improbable would have to happen for the Mariners is that the White Sox get swept 2 straight, so they're toast, and then the Yankees sweep the Royals so that the Royals are at 0, and then you would have basically the Orioles, Yankees, Seattle, and A's would be your final 4, with Ohio, Kansas City, the Expos, and the White Sox all gone. But right now, what it's looking like is that if the Yankees and Royals, if the Kansas City wins a game, they should probably be able to get that 4th invitation. And Oakland is probably safe at 2 over 500. Seattle is still precarious. So the Orioles, they're still thinking they can catch the Red Sox, but not really. The Red Sox they're 13 over 500. What happened in Game 1 in Baltimore? Well, this is Earl Weaver baseball, folks. Mike Cuellar and Stan Bonson. Game scoreless through 5. Then, with 2 outs, the Orioles get a walk and a hit, and the 3-run homer. Pitching, defense, and the 3-run homer, the staple of Earl Weaver's team. This 3-run bomb by a extra player, Jimmy Hall, taken in the token round at the draft because he's left-handed and has power. That's the only reason why he's on the team. He splits DH duties with Danny Walton. And then they add 3 more. It's 6-0, and you figure Cuellar gets a little sloppy here, but they still win 6-3. So, with that win, the overall standings in the American League before we start this game is that the White Sox are now back at 500. They are worse than the Mariners, which is good for the Mariners. And the Orioles are up here. You see their plight. They need to win this game to go 20-11, putting them 2 games back. But even at that point in the next round of the tournament, where the Orioles will be heavily favored, they still cannot make up those 2 games, as the Red Sox are just sitting there watching this whole thing. The Orioles cannot get a +4 in the following round because they won't play that many games because they're already so good. So it looks like the Red Sox and the Orioles are cementing these spots presently, unless the White Sox do something absolutely remarkable over the next 4 days. So, with that, in Game 2, we have, for the White Sox, Tom Bradley, and for the Orioles, it'll be Jim Palmer from Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. Let's get started. Louis Aparicio leads off for the Chi Sox. He grounds a short. Walt Williams, 66 off Palmer, double 1-10, base hit. Dwayne Josephson, 1-7 is a single to left. Williams with 1 out, thinking about going coast to coast as a 15-runner against the 0 Buford arm. He's going to do it. And he does, go coast to coast. So, playing back in the first inning with the runners on the corners, and Carlos May is the batter. 2-6. Let's take a look at Carlos's card. Nice 69 year, 281, 18 homers and about 430 plate appearances with some walks. Defense is very good, but that's the general case of the White Sox. Their defense isn't very good. Double 1-12 is a double, and the White Sox are getting off on Jim Palmer early and often here. Second and third, Orlando Cepeda. 5'11", Pitcher X. Palmer is an E10. And Jim makes the play. The runner holds at third. So with 2 outs, big at bat here for Bill Melton. 2-5 is hit by the pitch. Grazed him up and in. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Bobby Knoop, the number 7 hitter for the White Sox. The pitch to Bobby, 3-11 is a strikeout. So a lot of bluster. The White Sox trying to keep their season going. They may regret only scoring once in the top of the first. All right, the Orioles. Don Buford will lead it off. 1-6, skies the center. Bobby Grich, a good candidate for American League Rookie of the Year. 67 is a K. Frank Robinson, 68, flies left. Top of 2, it's Russ Snyder, 48, lines the second. Don Young, K's, and Aparicio. 1-5, grounds a short. Palmer settles down. Hey, your Boog Pal, 55. Triple 1-7 off the Bradley card is a 2-base hit. The big guy ran out of gas as he came around second base and just decided to hold up. Paul L.D. Blair, 34. Skies the center. Brooks Robinson, 67 is a K. And with 2 outs, it's Elrod Hendricks. 42, rolls back to the mound, Tom Bradley. Top of the third. Walt Williams, 47 is a K. Dwayne Josephson, 1-8, single. Carlos May, 38 is a walk. 2 on, 1 out. Orlando Cepeda, 1-7. Homer, 1-4, double, that's a double. May, 12 runner, will hold up. Second and third, 1 out. Orioles going to bring it up here. They don't want this thing to get sloppy. They want to finish this series if they can. Bill Melton, 64 off the Palmer card. Jim Palmer getting lit up here. Homer, 1-14, a 3-run bomb, and the White Sox are rolling 5-zip against the defending world champs. Bobby Knoop, 5-10 walk. Russ Snyder, 58, flies to right, and with 2 outs, Don Young, 58, bounces to second. This is Amaro playing as a lefty again with David Johnson resting. Innings over. 5-0 White Sox, though. If the Orioles want to make a statement about how great they are as defending world champs, they need to do it here in this game. Come back from 5 runs down and wipe the White Sox out 2 straight. Assert themselves. Here's Reuben Amaro, 110, single 108, can't get it. Jimmy Hall in the homer in game 1. 2-2 is a grounder to short. Don Buford, 2-7. Double 1-6 is a single, not going anywhere, down 5. Bobby Grich, 56, single 1-16. Can't do it. Can't get a hit. Can't get a single 1-16. That's really going to blunt your chances at a comeback. Top of the 4th. Louis Aparicio, 1-4, center. Walt Williams, 3-6, walks. Dwayne Josephson, 2-7, is a 5-4-3 double play. Bottom of 4. Frank Robinson, 2-8, hit by the pitch. Hey, your Boog Pal, the 1970 American League MVP, 45, skies the center. Paul Blair, 111, pops the third. Brooks Robinson, 1970 World Series MVP, 63, bouncer to short. This is Aparicio at 2E21, former Oriole. He grounds to short. We go to the 5th. 5-0 Chi Sox. Carlos May, 65. Double 1-4 of Palmer, base hit. Orlando Cepeda, 67, single to left field off of Palmer. He's given up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits through 4 innings and a couple batters. Silly, really. First and second for Bill Melton. 56 is a K. Bobby Knoop, 55 is also a K. Russ Snyder, another former Oriole, 1-9. Russ Snyder, double 1, single dot. It is 6-0 Chi Sox. Don Young, 38, base hit left field. What a joke of a game this is. Louis Aparicio, 1-5, grounds to short. 7-0 Chi Sox. Not what the Orioles were thinking. And you're starting to see that maybe it's not the Orioles' year for a repeat, and it really will be the Red Sox. All signs point to that at this point. Anyway, it's way too early, but you get this kind of queasy feeling if you're an Orioles fan that you're just not putting it together consistently. Bottom of the fifth, Tom Bradley against Elrod Hendricks, 45, skies the center field. Reuben Amaro, 6'11", pitcher X. Tom Bradley is a 2E10. And a base hit off of Tom. He can't get a glove on it. Jimmy Hall, 6'11", pitcher X again. And 2E10 is a 1-6-3 double play. One of these pitchers is pitching like it's a clinching game, and it's not number 22 for the Orioles. 7-0. And the Orioles are thinking, maybe we should give our bullpen some work here. Well, let's give Jim one more inning. Walt Williams, 6'10", catcher's card. Elrod's at 4E1. Dwayne Josephson, 33, pops to short. And Carlos May, 49, center. Bottom of 6. Tom Bradley is your story today, folks. He's throwing a nifty 3-hitter against the powerful Oriole offense. We go to the top of it now with Don Buford, 65, skies the left. Bobby Grich, 44, center. Frank Robinson, 110, a single. With 2 outs, hey, you're Boog Powell, 66. And finally, a base hit off the pitcher card, a center, single to center. Frank Robinson, round second, will obviously will not get thrown out at third, down 7. 2 outs, 2 on, Paul Blair. The pitch to Paul with 2 outs and 2 on, 1-6, misses the column, and grounds to third. Sleepless in Baltimore, 7-0 Chi Sox. Before we go to the 7th, let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Top of the 7th inning. It'll be Palmer he's gonna take a seat. The Oriole bullpen needs work. Ron Taylor is gonna come on in and pitch. Ron Taylor. Mets could not keep all those great pitchers they had in '69, and Ron Taylor got away, and the Orioles gobbled him up. Well, it's because the Oriole pitchers got stolen. All the best teams, pitching-wise, had their rosters rated. And so, with guys like Eddie Watt, and Marcelino Lopez, and Tom Phoebus, and Gene Brabender, and Jim Britton, and all taken by other teams, they ended up getting Ron Taylor in the token portion of the draft. He comes on in the 7th. Cepeda leads it off. 34, bouncer to third. Bill Melton, 38, is a walk. Bobby Knoop, 38, is a sky to center field. And with 2 outs, Russ Snyder, 36, is a walk. 2 on, 2 outs. Don Young, 34, skies to center field. Stretch time here in Baltimore. We are enjoying the sounds of Crack the Sky, the White Music LP, which came out I think in 1980. A local band played in Maryland often. I don't know if they're from Maryland, but they played there quite frequently and on the radio at that time. So, bottom of the 7th. Tom Bradley, magnificent game. 5-hitter against the world champs, trying to continue the White Sox season. And by the way, if he does continue the season and it goes to Comiskey Park, Wilbur Wood will be towing the slab for the White Sox on 2 days rest, something he's allowed to do with his 72 card. And though we're using his 71 card, it's close enough as it's the end of this year before the next year. So, anyway, 7-0. Brooks Robinson leads off in the 7th. 1-7, single, 1-2, finds out. Elrod Hendricks, 6'11", pitcher X. Bradley is a 2E10, and he makes the play. Reuben Amaro, 39, he gets a single. Jimmy Hall, 63, bouncer to short. Aparicio, a 2, E21, but he gets up a single. Some sloppy baseball here by the Chi Sox in the 7th. Do the Orioles wake up, down 7? Don Buford, 2 on, 2 outs. The Orioles with 2 on and 2 outs did nothing in the 6th. Buford, though, well, grounds to third. They do nothing in the 7th. It's hard to come back from 7 when you don't plate 2 runs with 2 outs and men in scoring position. 7-0 game. Aparicio in the 8th. 45 rolls the 2nd. Walt Williams, 48, base hit. Dwayne Josephson, 2-9, is a 6. 2-4, 2-3, double play. 7-0, bottom of the 8th. Bobby Grich. Haven't shown many cards at all today. It's been a briskly played game, and they've been hitting them mostly on Palmer's card. But Bobby Grich, 43, rolls to first. Cepeda at first is a 2, and that's going to be a base hit. Frank Robinson, 55. Off the Bradley card, double 1 to 16 is a double, and now another threat for the Orioles. Their 6th hit in the last 3 innings. For 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Bradley is broken with a shutout. I know what you're all thinking, but we've seen enough. He's allowed 4 of the last 5 runners to reach. You got a 7-0 game. There's no reason to give the Orioles any thoughts as if they can come back in this thing. So, with the 2 men on, a pitching change. Dave Lemons, the lefty, will come out of the Chi Sox pen to face the 1970 American League Most Valuable Player, Boog Powell. Let's take a look at Boog's card. Lefty-righty doesn't really matter. Magnificent 1970, 35 bombs, a 297 average, and 104 walks. Boog Powell. The pitch to Boog. 47 off Lemons is a K. Now let's take a look at some more cards. Here's Paul Blair. Take a look at Paul here. 1969 card, arguably his best year. 26 home runs on that Oriole team that lost to the Mets in the World Series. But what a great statistical year those Orioles had. Paul Blair. The pitch to Paul. 66 off of Lemons is a single to center field. The Orioles are on the board. Frank Robinson will hold at third as his run is not that important. Down 6. Runners on the corners, 1 out for Brooks Robinson. Let's take a look at Brooksy. 1970 World Series MVP with the glove. Hoover, 1/18 at third base. This is his 70 card where it's 276 with 18 homers. With runners on the corners and 1 out, they will play back. The pitch to Brooks Robinson, 2-5. That is going to be a base hit through the hole. They were holding Blair on with a 6-run lead, and that is a base hit through the hole. So some questionable fielding on the White Sox again. You've got runners on the corners with 1 out. The lefty, Elrod Hendricks. Elrod, the lefty, will leave. And they will go with, they have a choice. They're going to go with Danny Walton as a pinch hitter. Let's take a look at Danny. Danny Walton will pinch hit. Now, this was a token player. He was actually a Milwaukee Brewer 1970. The Orioles picked him up to be their DH, but he's played sparingly this year. And Dave Lemons got the lefty out of the game. They're not really concerned with him pitching through to Jimmy Hall. So they'll take Lemons out after getting just 1 batter out. A strikeout and then 2 more hits. So it'll be Dan Osinski now in a 7-2 game with runners on the corners. Let's take a look at Dan in the 8th to face Danny Walton. Runners on the corners. The pitch to Danny Walton. 46 off Osinski is single 1-12. He gets the single, and the Orioles have suddenly got it cranked up here in the 8th inning. Another run scores. It's 7-3. We have runners at first and second with 1 out. And hold on there, folks. There are fans walking to the parking lot now, hearing the buzz, and they're running, trying to run back into the stadium. The batter's Reuben Amaro, a switch hitter, and Jimmy Hall with 2 righties on the bench, but Osinski's worse against lefties, so Amaro will bat. Let's take a look at Reuben Amaro. He was mostly just an injury replacement. Can play all the infield spots in case somebody got hurt here. He actually played for the Angels in '69, hit 222 with his card. Reuben Amaro, 2-8, third B. So the fielder's choice, we have got runners on the corners with 2 outs. And the batter's Jimmy Hall. Let's take a look at Jimmy. Jimmy had the big 3-run homer in game 1. 200 at-bats in '69 at 225. And here is Jimmy Hall. 58 off of Sinski is a bouncer to second base, but this is Bobby Knoop in there for his glove. A 2, E15. And the play for Knoop, but a single! Bobby Knoop cannot get a glove on it. The 2 gives up a single, and suddenly, this thing's getting interesting, folks. That's a base hit. The runner scores from third from the previous fielder's choice, which would have been Walton. Excuse me, would have been, yeah, Walton was fielder's choice off. It's Brooksy scoring. It's 7-4. You got Amaro at second, Hall at first in a 7-4 game, and you got your tie run is Don Buford. Hold the phone, folks. Hold the phone. We're going to have to make another pitching change for the White Sox, as the Orioles have woken up here in the 8th inning with runners at first and second and 2 outs, and the tying run is Buford. And they're going to go to their closer, Bob Humphries. Yeah, let's take a look at Bob. This team's, as you can tell, their bullpen is not the greatest. But Humphries pitched 80 innings in 69 with a 3.04 ERA for the Washington Senators, and the White Sox picked him up to be their closer. So, third pitching move in the 8th. Don Buford against Bob Humphries. A 3-6 ties this baseball game. The pitch to Don Buford. 2-5 Buford. Homer 1-8. Fly ball to right. Let's take a look at his card. There you see it. It's going back, and it is caught on the warning track. Wow. Buford, Homer 1-8. Fly ball the rest. Don Buford, his 71 card, and he hit 19 home runs. You have a feeling that probably would have been his 20th. And that's where it ended up on the warning track. A long fly ball, and the White Sox breathe a sigh of relief as they embarrassingly don't blow the 7-run lead in an elimination game. So, we'll go to the 9th. Pitching change for the Orioles. They'll have Jim Harden come on in the 9th inning. Jim Harden in the 9th. It'll be Carlos May, 32, rolls first. Orlando Cepeda, 5'11". First X, this is Boog Powell. He makes the play at first. And Melton, 2-2, lines to third. Melton defensively will leave. Al Weiss will play third base for Melton as a 2 at third base to help the defense out. And we will go to the bottom of the 9th. Orioles down 3, but they've put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits in the last 3 innings after a dismal start. Down 3 in the 9th. It'll be Grich, Robinson, Boog Powell against Bob Humphrey, the closer. He's a relief 3. He cannot break here in this inning. So, Bobby Grich leads off in the 9th. 1-6 off the Grich card. Take a look at that. He went to the All-Star game this year for the Orioles. This is a 72 rookie card. He was high on the Rookie of the Year list. I think Carlton Fisk won it, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, 1-6, double 1 to 13 is a double. Frank Robinson steps into the box. The pitch to Frank. 39 is ball 4, and they do it, folks. Again, the Orioles will bring the tie run up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Just like in the 8th, a 3-1 homer ties this thing. It'll be Boog Powell, Paul Blair, Brooks Robinson. And if you're wondering, Powell had 35 bombs, Blair 26, and Brooksy had 18. The very shaky Chisock bullpen, after Tom Bradley ran out of gas, the Orioles have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits in their last 14 at-bats in this one. Boog Powell. Hey, you're Boog Powell. First and second. Nobody out in the 9th. The pitch to Boog. 112. Well, it's not a Lomax. 112 is a 1-2-6-2-3 double play. Well, that'll put a damper on things. Runner goes to third now with 2 outs, and it's Paul Blair. And suddenly, there's a hush in the stadium. Paul Blair. 1-8 though. Homer 1-4, double for Blair, and he hits it, folks. Well, that's a waste. 2-run homer for Paul Blair in the 9th inning, and we still have a 1-run game after the Boog Powell double play. It's 7-6. And here's Brooks Robinson. The pitch to Brooksy. Down 1 in the 9th. Humphries is a relief 3, even though he's put 3 men on, does not break. The pitch to Brooks Robinson. 1-6. Base hit for Brooksy. Oh, the Orioles are like driving their fans nuts. And with 2 outs, it's Andy Etchebarren. Let's take a look at Andy's card. Brought in to catch after Elrod Hendricks was pinch hit for. Andy Etchebarren with as the winning run with the tying run Brooksy at first base. The pitch to Andy Etchebarren. 68 off Humphries is a pop to short, and this game is over. And it's been a huge waste of time here as the Orioles don't win it, and the White Sox have prolonged their agony for 1 more game. So the White Sox do come to Baltimore and get a split in the series, and the Red Sox can start popping the corks. That will clinch the American League East for the Red Sox. Jim Harden, an inning, good relief. Ron Taylor hitting a couple walks. We had a nice, no, we didn't have a nice start. A lousy start for Jim Palmer. 10 hits and 7 runs in 6 innings. Everything's earned. 4 walks and 5 strikeouts. Humphries holds on and gets the save, though. Boy, that was a scary one. Could have had a couple 3 home runs possibly. He gives up 1, 2, 3 hits, 2 runs and a walk. See, Osinski came on to face Danny Walton. He gave up a hit, an out, and a hit. He gave up 2 hits. Lemons came on after Bradley left to face Boog Powell. Struck him out. Then he gave up 2 hits and 2 runs. So he gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, and a K. That's a bad bullpen line. And then Bradley, he'll get the win. Had given up 9 hits. Of course, 4 of those in the last 7 innings and a couple batters. He does get charged with the 2 runs in the 8th inning that his bullpen allowed. He walked 1. He struck out 2. Nice line. 1019, 0109, 711, 616, 65, 23, 23, 65. So, the White Sox put 17 runners on base. The Orioles put 18 runners on base in this game. It was a 1-run game. Both teams will get on a plane and fly to Chicago, Comiskey Park, and it'll be Wilburwood to play that game and see if he can continue the Chi Sox season. We'll report the results back from that game at the end of the video. But Orioles lose a golden chance here. And maybe they kind of see their future as the number 5 seed, and it doesn't really matter what they do the rest of this tournament. They can't really fall behind. There's no team charging up to pass them. So I guess they're content with being the 5 seed, the best wild card team. So we're back to where we started. One of these teams is a game over 500, and the other team is 7 over. The Orioles, 7 over 500, 19-12. Be a great year normally, but the Red Sox have been better. And it's because the Orioles are hitting .249 as a team with a 3.26 ERA. Jim Palmer is only 4-4. Crazy Horse is 7-2. Cuellar is carrying the team. Offensively, it's been a lousy year. No one with a .249 team batting average. You can see there's no really good performances. The White Sox moved back to a game over 500, which is something the Mariners did not want to hear. Because if the White Sox win another baseball game, then they would be tied with the Mariners and creating more problems for postseason qualification. White Sox are hitting .229, 3.76 team ERA. They're led by Wilbur Wood and his 113 innings pitched in 11 complete games. And he'll be on the slab for the next game. Offensively, nothing stands out. Aparicio was the lone all-star, having a nice year. Well, he's down to 264 now. But for the year, we have played 578 games. Our league is hitting 259 with a 385 ERA. Thanks for checking out the video. We'll see you next time. Well, folks, lot of report here. Series goes to Comiskey Park. We talked that Wilbur Wood would be pitching against Dave McNally. And the McNally struggled early on, gave up an early 5 runs. Wilbur Wood wasn't particularly sharp, but he only gave up individual runs in innings. Orioles wasted a lot of walks. It is a 7-4 victory for Wilbur Wood at Comiskey Park, and the White Sox take a 2-1 lead in the series. And do we dare say, can the White Sox come all the way back and win this series against the Orioles? They would have to win 4 out of 5. Well, Game 4, also in Comiskey Park, folks. And here is your story. Number 3 starter, Paul Edmondson, who we have documented before as a young man who tragically died before the 1970 season, and only pitched in 1969 for the White Sox. He goes against Crazy Horse, Mike Cuellar. And oh my goodness, folks, the Chicago White Sox, a 2-run in the first by Josephson, another 2-run homer by Bill Meltwan in the 8th inning. But the story of the day is Paul Edmondson. Google him. 2-hit shutout, 5 walks, 5 Ks, 5-0 victory in Comiskey, sending the raucous Chicago fans home happy, up 3-1 in the series, stunning the defending world champion Baltimore Orioles. So the series would go back to Baltimore for Game 5. The White Sox, legitimate chance to win the series and, dare we say it, move ahead of the Orioles in the tiebreaker department. And the Orioles precariously would need, they don't control their own destiny to hold on to the 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th position in the league anymore. So, what happens back in Baltimore for a Game 5? Here we are back in Baltimore, Stan Bonson versus Jim Palmer, and you see the pitching rises to the top. We've seen a lot of shutouts in this round of the tournament. We saw the Phillies throw some shutouts. We saw, I think the Pirates got shut out in a game. Oakland threw a shutout, Vita Blue, as I recall. Jim Palmer, 4-hit shutout of the White Sox. They just ran out of time. They ran out of gas. And it was pitching, defense, and again, a 3-run homer. In this case, Boog Powell, it's a 2-run homer. 4-0 win. Jim Palmer beats Stan Bonson. So the Orioles advance. The Orioles win the series by losing the series 2-3. Effectively, the Seattle Mariners season is also over. The Seattle season at a game over 500, they cannot be one of the top 8 teams in the American League, as the White Sox are 2 games over 500, along with the Oakland A's, along with the Orioles, the winner of the Royals-Yankees series, and the Twins, who are 3 over 500. So that is what we got out of this. The White Sox, they're not out of the woods yet. They didn't win the series. They did win 3-2, but they got to wait and see here what happens in the Kansas City Yankees series, and then if the Twins and Royals finish in a tie for their division that the White Sox play in. One of those teams falls all the way down to 3rd place. So, there's still a lot of craziness going on in the American League. Hope you're enjoying it in the American League. Summer 69, 5-game elimination, 2nd round tournament action. One more series to go. Thanks for checking it out.